Free Guy is from director Sean Levy, a director for Stranger Things, as well as all of the Night at the Museum movies. Ryan Reynolds plays an NPC in a Grand Theft Auto online type game, like the kind of innocent bystander you kill for no real reason at all. Except, incoming guilt trip, he's sentient now. And he meets the developer of the code for this world, which was originally going to be a far more ambitious game about watching AI's lives, but was stolen to be turned into what it is now. And on her advice, he decides to stand up for the rest of the NPCs. The main strength of this movie is just how much fun it is. It's very funny and has some decent action scenes. Ryan Reynolds plays his character with a charming innocence while he delivers the self-aware humor. It also has a kind of feel-good vibe to it, particularly near the end or with the scenes of Reynolds with the developer. The story is interesting, although not exactly unpredictable. Yeah, for something with such an original concept, it's weird how it became like a typical blockbuster story. I guess another minor complaint I have is how Disney tries really hard to promote itself in that one part of the climax. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. But overall, this is an above-average crowd pleaser. It's very funny and surprisingly sweet.
Now, the time is here. Now's the time for a bite of cheer. A tasty light where the price is right. Well, look here, you'll dig this sight. The moment's handy for a piece of candy. Just name your brand, they're all so grand. Hey, what do you think of a nice cool drink? Or a big box filled with a popcorn thrill? Let your taste buds meet with an ice cream treat. Refresh yourselves, it's time to eat. So come on, folks, let's join the band as we all head for the refreshment stand.
Gonna be remembered for the things that you say and do.
And now our feature presentation.
Reminiscence is a sci-fi thriller in theaters and on HBO Max. It stars Hugh Jackman as a man who works at a future facility that allows people to relive their memories. When one of his clients who he's had an affair with goes missing, he sets out to find her. This is like a cross between Blade Runner and a film noir, complete with Jackman's voice narrating. It's a complex mystery with brooding characters, but in a very sci-fi setting. First, the positives. The effects are pretty good. It takes place in an interesting world that feels both futuristic and bleakly post-apocalyptic. And despite the fact that this is not necessarily an action movie, it does have a couple of decent action sequences. And I liked a few of the plot points. But where it goes wrong is the writing. The movie is very melodramatic and has some really bad dialogue. But probably the worst part is how the story unfolds. It's very complex and a little confusing. They just keep adding on twists and subplots, but despite how much is going on, it still somehow manages to feel like nothing interesting's happening. Add the fact that I didn't really care about what happened to any of these flat characters, and it's a pretty boring watch. From what I've seen, a lot of critics are saying that it's ironically forgettable for a movie about memory. I hate to beat that dead horse, but I'm forgetting about it even while I'm making this video. Granted, not every movie needs to be particularly memorable to be good. Most of the movies ever made are forgotten. But is it too much to ask to be entertained? It had potential to be great, but in the end it's just there.